Hello guys, this is Sachin Singh and this is the next lecture of the loop part. So we are going to see the for loop in this video. Okay, so first of all, I just completed basic Python for everyday use, and after that we came to the chapter number two, which is if and else condition. That's also done, and after that we came to the match part. We also completed the match part. Now there was a special video known as the Python loop, sorry, which I did in Hindi. So many people just asked me to do this in Hindi, so I did that. And now this is for like Python for loops. That was the while loop part which I did in Hindi. Now this is the for loop part, and this would be in English. So Python for loops. A for loop is used for iterating over a sequence that is either a list, a tuple, a dictionary, a set, or a string. This is less like for keyword in other programming language and work more like an iterator method as a found in other object-oriented programming language. So let me clear it. In while loop, we did the programming for uncertain thing, but in this, we will do this for very certain sequence or known problem. Okay, so where to use the for loop and what is the syntax of the for loop? So for loop is used when there is a sequence, there is a pattern, or there is a repetitive thing after each and every interval, which includes number and digit. At that time, we use for loop. For example, here, print each fruit in a fruit list. 1 minute. It's saying print each fruits in a fruit list. Means fruit. Let's try it. I will make everything very clear. Fruit here is apple, banana, and cherry. This is list actually. We are making here list with the variable fruits for x in fruits, and this is the syntax of for loop. Just write it 3 or 4 times in your copy or pen. How to just what is the syntax of what is the process or procedure. So just write it very clearly and very easily you will get everything. So fruit equal to apple, banana, and cherry. This is the list of the fruit, and we are finding x for x in fruits. Like for x in fruits, print x, banana, cherry, apple. So this is how like for loop work. You can also create another variable part also here and other thing also. But this was the example of list. So the for loop does not require an indexing variable to set beforehand. Obviously, we don't need any indexing here for beforehand in for loop. Looping through the string. How to loop through a string? Like for example, see here. Even a string are iteratable object. Let me see if the voice is clear or not to you. Okay. Even a string are iteratable object. They contain a sequence of character. Loop through the letters in the word banana. Means for x in banana, print x. This is about finding the banana part in or iterating the banana in this way. Or if you want to iterate in a single line, just write this command as I told you. See, so iterating banana letter one by one, we use the for loop here in sequence. Now, the break statement. With the break statement, we can stop the loop before it has looped through all the items. Okay, it's very clear. And as loop is so important topic, I will solve 10 to 20 question on loop or explain 10 to 20 question on loop for your strengthening the program or solving abilities. Okay, so don't worry about that. I will make the 20 chat GPT question and I will explain each and everything properly. Just don't worry about that. Okay, nice. The break statement. With the break statement, we can stop the loop before it has looped through all the items. Example, exit the loop when x is banana. This is a logical thing, but the syntax you have to know the syntax. For it just starts from the for x in fruit. Example: fruits, apple, banana, cherry. Here it's a list of the fruits. Using variable fruits, we make a list of apple, banana, and cherry. Now, for x in fruits, print x. This command will print the banana and cherry and apple. And now, if x is equal to banana, see here, if x is equal to banana, then break means a stop there. Don't have to print the cherry. So see here, there was apple, there was banana, and there was cherry. But when the program came to the banana, it's a stop or break. So this is how for loop work. Okay, great. Now move to the next example. Exit the loop when x is banana. Done. Now, continue statement. What is continue? I already taught you in the while loop video. The continue means to skip or to just uh, leave that part. For example, with the continue statement, we can stop the current iteration of the loop and continue with the next one. For example, yes, see it. Go with the syntax. Fruits variable equal to apple, banana, and cherry. This is the list here. This is the list. This is the list. We are printing it for x, and if x is equal to banana, then continue. Means we will skip the banana and we will print only apple and cherry. So continue will help to skip or just leave that and move to the next part. Okay, so that is how continue works. Again, I'm telling you, go with the syntax, guys. Syntax is so easy in the for loop. So it's so easy. Make anything variable or list and just iterate it for using for x in y, for x in y column, for x in y column, like this. Now, the range function. To loop through a set of code a specific number of times, we can use the range function. To loop through a set of code a specified number of times, we can use the range function. Okay, so here the range function return a sequence of number starting from 0 by default and increment by 1 default, and each at a specific number. The range function means if you want to print a number from 0 to 100, so it's belong to a particular range, right? Sorry, it's belong to a particular range, and in that range what number you want to print, or you want to print whole range. So this is how it's work. I'm going to tell you each and everything, just don't worry about that. Let's move to this example. See here, for x in range 6, print x. It's a syntax means we have to print from 0 to the end part. Yeah, obviously skipping the end part, like we will not print the 6. So from 0 to the n minus 1 part, we go like this. For x in range 6, so we have to print the range of 6, print x. So one by one we print till x. which is equal to 5. Note that range 6 is not at the value of 0 to 6, but the value of 0 to 5. I told you in minus 1 at the last digit. The range function default to 0 as a starting value. If you don't set any value, then the range function will start from 0. But when you set any command or value, then it will be arranging that between part. For example, using the start parameters for x in range 2 to 6, print x. So we'll get only 2, 4, 3, and 5, not the 6, okay, and not the 1. Got it? It's simple like index part, but we are not doing the indexing here. The range function default to increment the sequence by 1. However, it is possible to specify the increment value by adding a third parameter also. The range function, first of all, let me teach you this example. As we all know, the range function go from default value which is 1, 0 or 1. Okay? See, sequence by 1. Okay? And the initial part default as 0. It's the start with the initial part of 0 and iterate with the increment of 1. Right? This is clear, right? And but we can set the rule here. However, it is possible to specify the increment value by adding a third parameter also. So this is how it works. As for x in range 2 to 30, this is the starting point. I'm marking here the starting point 2, ending part here 30, and the increment of 3. So it will skip the 3. For example, I'm giving it 5 and now run. So it will skip the 5 part, 5 number, and then it will print till 30. See here. 2, 17, 12, 17, 2, 7, 12, 17, 22, and 27. These have the range of 5. These are the differences of 5. Okay. In the range from to first range, second, I'm giving here. Is first, second, and the increment part. Now, okay, let's move to the next. I like this guy. I like this type of guys. I like this type typing, not like that. So I'll add the end here, and I will add this at the end. See, 2, 7. Let me add a comma. I will add comma also. 3 comma between each. See, yeah. So the gap part is shown at the last starting part, ending part, and the increment gap. Else in follow. Now, how to use else in for loop? The else keyword in a for loop specifies a block of code to be executed when the loop is finished. It is simple a conditional statement. Don't go with the heavy English I'm teaching you. यह एक सिंपल कंडीशनल स्टेटमेंट की तरह काम करेगा जैसे कि एक सिंपल स्टेटमेंट कंडीशनल स्टेटमेंट कैसे काम करती है कि अगर कंडीशन ट्रू है तो सही है नहीं तो एल्स वाली प्रिंट होगी सिंपली ऐसे ही है we can add like this for x in range 6 means 0 to 5 and print x else print friendly finished. See, this is so easy guys, you don't have to worry about this. The else block will not be executed if the loop is stopped by a break statement, but if we use the block statement the else part will not be executed or break the else part will not be executed. Example here, I wrote f for x in range 6 means 0 to 5. Now I'm in 1 to 5, and if x is equal to 3, then break. Okay, and print x, else print finally finished. So here, if the loop break, the else block is not executed. Understand? Means we block that. So the else part not be executed. Nested loop. Loop inside loop is known as the nested loop. Understand? A nested loop is a loop inside a loop. The inner loop will be executed one time for each iteration of the outer loop. Okay. Print each adjective for every fruit. Adjective equal to red, big, tasty. Fruit equal to list of apple, banana, and cherry. For X in adjective, for Y in fruits, print X and Y. So this will print like this. Okay. See? And if you want to add like separation between that you can use this command also. Let's see if it's work like. Oh, sorry guys, my bad. Hmm. I have to know why here. Why? See, red apple, banana red, cherry big, apple big, like this. Okay, and if you wanna give a gap, then also you can give a gap here. See, this is so easy. Pause statement. For loop cannot be empty. For loops cannot be empty, guys. But if you, for some reason, have a for loop with no content, put it in the past statement to avoid getting an error. Okay, very easy. For loop cannot be empty, but if you, for some reason, have a for loop with no content, put in the past statement to avoid getting an error. See here. For x in 0, 1, and 3, this is the list here. Pass. If this is wrong, if this thing is wrong, and you don't want to print it, and you don't want to delete it also, then just type pass. It will not be executed, and it will be empty. Easy. Now we will solve the problem. What will be the result of following code? For x in range 3, print x. Uh, Correct. Next. Loop through the item in the fruits list. Fruit equal to list, apple, banana, and cherry. So we will write the syntax here for x in fruits and colon. Let's see the answer. Yeah, it's correct. And in the loop, when the item value is banana, jump directly to the next item. It's the process of continue things. Okay, we will write here continue. Just continue and it's done. Correct. Next question. Use the range function to loop through the code state 6 times. 6 times means range 6. Done. Correct. These are your homework, but I am also giving you the answer here. Just first try by yourself. Then, if you don't able to do that, then just see the answer. Okay. Exit the loop when the X is banana. So for exiting, we write here break and continue. Correct. So we got every answer right. Now let's move to the coding challenge part here. And this you will do by yourself only. I'm not going to help you here. Python for loop code challenge here. Challenge for loop. Test your understanding of Python for loops by completing a small coding challenge here. So this is your question, guys. Just do it. Okay. 1 second. I'm giving you 6 to 7 minutes. Just complete it. And it's so easy. You can do it very easily. So go one by one and solve each and every question. I'm waiting for 2 minutes. Use this time, guys. I know you will not complete if I just give the time or if I give you as a homework. So do it right now. I'm watching you. Okay, so now see the answer. I'm doing it. Uh, Create a list called fruits. Fruits. We have to create list. So apple, banana, and cherry. Don't copy it here from here. Okay, only I can do it. You have to complete or write. Write a for loop that brings each item in fruits. So you will use for x in fruits, print x. Okay, and now what is the next part? It say use break to stop the loop when its item is banana. Okay, use the break part here. If x equal to banana, break. This is the whole program. Just put the indentation clearly and you will get the answer. Okay. This is so easy and basic. My God, too much guys. So see here, the same thing. Just arrange the thing. First we'll create the fruits and list here the fruits. Then we will loop it through 4x in the fruits, print x, right? And we'll put the condition here, which is if x is equal to banana, break. Okay, right? If x is equal to banana, then we'll break. Okay, you can just arrange the things. Let's see. check what part give you the error here. I have to just two things is correct and one is wrong, which is break banana. What I wrote here, B-A-N. What is wrong? Okay, the syntax problem. Hmm. Syntax problem, guys. See here, everything is correct. For x in fruits, we print x. If x is equal to banana, then break it. Okay, it's so simple. Put the break a statement as last. Okay, arrange that code. I wrote that there, but you will arrange each and everything. Okay, write it. It's your homework, so you have to complete it. It's so easy. See, each and everything is correct, and it's done. So this was all about your loop, and from next part, I'm going to bring the 1 hour session of MCQ problem, which would be a code-based MCQ with a proper solution and explanation made by ChatGPT or any AI tool, and I will explain it to you. That would be problem solving session of 1 hour, which will include the loop and FNLs. First, we'll do the 30 question of FNLs, and then we'll go to the loop part. Okay. Bye, guys. See you later in the next video.